England leading the way, not just England, Denmark and others, and it has been good that the players themselves got involved in it. By the way, they did take the knee. I think never again we can talk about football being separated from politics, because the players themselves don't want that to happen. The players that are brave enough to protest, like England have been. Coffee, brain, laptop, television. So England-Iran will be watched here. I'm not going out today at all. So I've just heard the lineup for Gareth Southgate, and it's interesting because, of course, I think deep down what Gareth Southgate wants to do is not to concede goals, and it's a logical assumption considering that that's what took them to the semi-finals of the World Cup and the final of the European Championship, not conceding. Remember, England did not concede until the semi-finals against Denmark in the European Championships. But he's replaced one of the centre-backs for a midfielder. Let's see how the formation works, but what we are talking about is a team that will be dynamic, a lot of movement up front. It will be necessary against this Iran that will probably defend deep and counter-attack. But in any case, to have in the same team Mason Mount, Jude Bellingham, Sterling, Saka, no Foden who was in my preview, well, in my mind, I don't know if I even said it, but I think he could be one of the big stars of the tournament. Doesn't start. So let's see what happens with that prediction. And Harry Kane up front with Maguire and Stones as the centre-back. So it feels like the demand of everyone to have a more offensive England has kind of worked, because I do feel that deep down in the big games, this will not be how England will play. Now, the reason why he had, Gareth Southgate had three centre-backs in the European Championships is because he didn't trust too much the midfield, I feel, and also to exploit the wingers. Now here, it feels like the problem is not so much the midfielders, who are great. I love Jude Bellingham, Mount as well, Declan Rice, fantastic player, is perhaps the back. So at least 5 players attacking, 5 players defender. That's how England does it. But they will have to take the initiative on this one. Very much looking forward to it. And that will be mostly what I'll be talking about for Coffee with Guillem today. Also, it's good to see that Iran, Mehdi Taremi is actually in the team. How a phone call from Queiroz changed his life. He was at Al Gharafa in Qatar, and he was recommended by Carlos Queiroz to Rio Ave in Portugal. He scored about 21 goals in 30 odd games, moved to Porto, and he's one of the big threats of Porto, of course. So Taremi starts. Asmoun, who has been injured anyway, doesn't start, the other big star up front for Iran. So very much looking forward to this. But before the game, I need to prepare some lunch. What should I cook? I'm just gonna have some of the pasta that Rem and his sister have prepared for us. Warm it up. So I've got to put it in. And then this is my recommendation. I think 3 minutes is enough. So this is how a lot of the games get watched. Here and here. Notes being taken. And first thing to say, wow, England. Actually, first thing to say, I'm going to have a coffee. We've heard that Southgate was talking about the shackles coming off, but not everybody believed it. The system suggests that he's going for that with only 2 centre-backs. And to be honest, the main doubt that he had, and the reason why he played 3 at the back in the Euros, was because he didn't trust the midfield. This midfield can control, can get into the box. In fact, one of the midfielders, Bellingham, scored, and generally the team did really well. The injury of Verenband, the Iran goalkeeper, that added another 40 minutes, an hour for the first half. But from the moment that England found their rhythm, which is a lot of movement of the ball with an Iran that was defending on the edge of the box, one-to-touch football. That's what it was. And this is the most technical England that I've seen, so capable of doing it, from the centre-backs to the midfielders and the forwards. But especially when they started finding the players between the lines, so they could turn and then find the winger or the fullback to put a cross in. That's how the first goal happened. You could see that England were going to succeed clearly. So the ball comes from the left-hand side, and Bellingham scores the first goal, a set piece for the second, with Saka as the goal scorer, and then great move that involves Saka recovering possession for the third goal, and then eventually Bellingham gives the ball to Kane, and great move of Kane for Sterling goal. 5 shots on target, right? The first one, Mason Mount almost scored. Second one, Maguire, who had a good first half, hit the post, and then 3 goals. With that effectiveness, you can go very, very far. People will say it's only Iran. Yes, but if you actually trust your team to play this way, I think England will be fine and can go far. Anyway, coffee. Bit of a disaster. No, it's not what you think. It's this thing. It's the cream coffee maker. All right, bit of that. A couple of things more. Tickets, there were trouble getting the digital tickets to be accepted by the machine at the gate. So let's see if that gets repeated. We'll keep an eye on that. And secondly, Hurricane decided, and the FAA and the team decided not to wear the armband with One Love and the supposed looking like rainbow. And I say it's okay, because we have been talking about it for a long while. We have been debating it. We all know the limitations to human rights here in Qatar. The players themselves have led this, but of course getting a yellow card would have been a bit too much, unfair. 2 yellow cards stop you playing. So it was just logical that had to finish. But it's pointing out to problems and things that had to be resolved in Qatar. Well done, England, because by the way, they're leading the way. Spanish players, they've been passing the bucket and saying that it's the federation who have to take those decisions. Federation have not been involved because they have respect in their shirts, and that means we continue to be behind in these kind of debates. England leading the way, not just England, Denmark and others. And it has been good that the players themselves got involved in it. By the way, they did take the knee. I think never again we can talk about football being separated from politics, because the players themselves don't want that to happen. The players that are brave enough to protest, like England have been. And that's the coffee. I know a friend of mine would say, not as good as mine, but this will do until we get the machine. Coffee machine on its way later on. Yes, Grant is working.
Time has been called at the Khalifa International Stadium.
6-2. Impressive, because it's not easy in today's modern football to actually get such a big difference in the goal scoring. But England were impressive with everything they did. The triangle at the back with Maguire, John Stones and Declan Rice didn't allow anything to happen. Iran were poor anyway, but they've been so effective, England. Almost every shot on target has gone in. Fantastic also in the way they move the ball around. Football that's beautiful to see. 1-to-touch passes, finding players in the space. That means that they moved and always willing to turn and start attacking. Great performance from England. That's down to the organisation as well, to the change of mentality. It is Iran, so we'll see how this develops. But in any case, great day at the office. I'm going to have to get ready because I'm going to have to buy a coffee machine. And I've got about 50 minutes to do it before the next game. What else to say? I'll be at Argentina, Saudi Arabia tomorrow. Don't despair, even though Messi has been missing from training. 3 of the trainings. One was in the gym and twice didn't appear and trained on his own. Basically, he wasn't with the group for those 2 days. You have not to worry because he is fine. It's about that he recovered from perhaps some fatigue. But in any case, he's fine. Argentina plays 4-4-1-1. It's they are 1 game away from equaling Italy to be the most unbeaten side in history. It'll be 37 if they manage to do so against Saudi Arabia. In that 4-4-1, only one doubt, which is Lo Celso injured. Means that they have to find somebody in that position on the left-hand side, possibly. And it seems like McAllister of Brighton could take that job. But the rest is quite clear. This is a team that attacks together, defends together, and basically just ready to play in a way Leo Messi likes, and gets the best of Leo Messi, which is basically that, just making sure there's no box to box. It can be a counter-attack, of course, but everybody is close, so he can do his thing, the 1-2s and the passes, if everybody moves around. And this is an Argentina that is very balanced. Everybody identifies the leadership of Messi and ready to help get him to win a World Cup. But what a sign of intent from England. It's an opportunity for Argentina to show that perhaps they be as effective. And it's not about playing good football, but certainly maximizing the potential of the side. There, I got changed. Magic, eh? I enjoy seeing Asmoon as well. Asmoon, the Iran forward that actually came on, whistled by his own fans, perhaps because he has been very vocal in the protests against the government and how they treat women and the situation in Iran right now. But like in England, he put an Instagram, then deleted it, but it doesn't matter. He already made the gesture. We all found out about it. We know what he thinks. And yes, as I said, one of the lessons of this World Cup is that politics and football cannot be separated ever again, really, because even the players themselves want to be vocal and use their power for good, and that's good news. Right, need to get the coffee machine. This has given me an idea. Yes, we are preparing a big event for Beagles United, so I should get some merchandising from the World Cup, get it signed, stuff like that. I think I made it on time. Anyway, more coffee with Guillem, tomorrow.